my companion for the video today. Hey everyone. This is another video where I haven't written anything down beforehand, so it's just gonna be me spilling out my thoughts and hoping that some part of it makes sense. So I mentioned in my last video that I've been reading Romans recently, and kind of right off the bat, something that it talks about is God's wrath and his anger towards sin, which is something that I haven't understood and have actively tried to avoid learning about. I guess kind of denying that God is a wrathful God or a jealous God or whatever the term is that's used, and these are things I'm going to ask about when I get to ask my questions to people who are kind of deeper in the faith than I am. I was thinking about the word wrath and how when I hear that word, I think of a big display of emotion, a kind of explosive event, a big expression of intense anger, I guess. And I think that is a lot of people's interpretation of that word. But as I was thinking about that, I kind of felt like it was contradictory to how I know God to be, at least how I know him to be so far. I don't claim to know a lot about God's character so far, which is the purpose of this video series. Alright, I just realized how far away the camera was, so I fixed it. Anyway, that image that I get in my head when I hear the word wrath is contradictory to the image I have in my head of God and his character. So I'm wondering, what does that look like? Because in Romans it talks about how there will come a day when God pours out his anger and he turns people away, and all the things that are kind of uncomfortable to talk about, is kind of how Romans starts. So it's been interesting, and I've had a lot of questions that I'm going to ask, but just based on my understanding of who God is now, it doesn't seem like that is going to be a very happy day for him. Like, in some ways, yeah, he's gonna get to welcome some of his children home, or all of his children. I don't know. That goes back to the child of God thing, which I have more questions about. He's going to get to welcome some people into heaven to be with him, but he's going to have to turn some people away, and I wonder if maybe that's something he's not really excited to do. Now, I don't want to be the one who's trying to explain how God feels about that, but it's just been on my mind. Like, I would imagine that God, who loves all of us so much, even people who are rejecting him, won't enjoy having to turn them away. Romans so far has used the term God abandoned them a lot, in chapter 2 especially. I want to see if I can find some of it so I can read it. This is the NLT version. So maybe it uses a different word in other Bibles, but... So, Romans chapter 1, verse 24. So God abandoned them to do whatever shameful things their hearts desired. As a result, they did vile and degrading things with each other's bodies. They traded the truth about God for a lie. So they worshipped and served the things God created instead of the Creator himself, who is worthy of eternal praise. Amen. And yeah, and I don't think that was the first time that Paul wrote that phrase, God abandoned them. So maybe, is that what wrath means in the context of God? Like, it's not explosive. It's just him saying, okay, have it your way, and leaving those people to destroy themselves. And then at that point where it gets to that day where God will pour out his anger, saying it for the final time, you have it your way. You didn't want me before, and I'm not gonna make you spend eternity with me. Which kind of broke my heart for him. You know? When I read that, it made me sad for him that he's gonna have to say that to so many people. He's gonna have to say that to more people than he'll get to say welcome home to. Kind of like makes me teary-eyed right now just talking about it. I'm not gonna claim to fully understand that, and I'm not gonna say that anything what I'm saying is exactly how it is, but it's just how I've interpreted things, I guess, so far. And I'm so grateful to have people in my life who I love and I trust and I know have my best interest in mind when they're answering questions and they want to guide me in the right direction, and so I'm very grateful for them. More on this topic later, I guess. I'm hoping that next Sunday will be the day that I upload that big interview video. I think the official list of people are Alex, my dad, and my grandpa. I'm excited for that video, and I am really looking forward to sharing that with you. And if anybody watching this has some wisdom that they want to share, or resources, or even questions that they want to ask, please put them in the comments and I'll try to respond to all of them. I'm so grateful for everybody who is following this journey, and I'm hoping to share a lot more with you guys soon. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next week.